Hey everybody, it's JFeatherFan12312 here. Welcome you guys back to another episode of Let's Play Pikmin. In the last episode, we did day 2 and completed the Emergence Cave in the Valley of Repose, gaining access to the Awakening Wood. And in this episode, we're going to land in the Awakening Wood. It's going to give us a wide shot of the whole area, and then we are going to continue said area. But first we have to sit through the ship talking again. Good morning. It should please you to know the purple Pikmin are lodged safely in my hull. The confines of my interior seem to suit them perfectly, though they do occasionally tickle me. Stand in the ring of light below me and press A to call a purple Pikmin out. Okay, we want all of our Pikmin. Let me do some murder. Yep. Now, typically, going in against a spotty Bulborb with 10 Pikmin would be suicide. But these are purples. It's fucking dead. Cool. They can carry back that strawberry while I grab reds and start gathering pellets and bodies. Because we're not getting a new color today. There is a new color here in this area, but we can't get access to it right now. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. I think I threw 4. Oh well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10. Yes, it's a berry. Yeah, in case you guys couldn't tell, purple Pikmin are your fighters. They're the ones you're going to be throwing at practically every enemy in this game. Also, I love losing my controls for it to tell me 10% of the dead has been recovered. Good boy. Oh, sheer grubs. There's gonna be more sheer grubs over here, I think. Yep. These aren't the dangerous ones, though, so just go at them. And here's the tutorial telling you can't have more than 100 Pikmin in the field. Because, you know, that's totally something we don't know. Okay. But yeah, we can only have 95 Pikmin out at once here. Because, like I said, there are... What the hell? What? Is the game... Is this just reiterating everything you've already told me? Because I know all this shit, game. What was the point of that? Okay. I've got my whole squad. There's some grass that I can use to try and flowerize my whole squad, which I would like to do. Especially the purples. I'm glad I got pretty much all of my Pikmin latched onto that nectar before the ship decided to steal my controls. I mean, like it fucking always does. Okay. Anyway, I got like 95% of my Pikmin flowered on that. In fact... Oh my god! Jesus Christ. Is that it? Okay. And, of course, the only leaf I have left is a purple. No, I have a few other leaves, and some of them are purple. Okay. Also, I asked to carry the purple leaf. There you go. And yeah, no, only the one purple leaf. Honey Wisp! Okay, I think I still have a leaf, but it's not purple this time. Let's get these berries. Yes, it's a berry. Who would have freaking guessed? You know what this berry does? Well, the ship sure doesn't. It contains an ultra spicy essence. It did notice that. And then we're gonna have to sit through another cutscene when it gets the last one. And here we have an ultra spicy spray. What this does is it powers and speeds up Pikmin so they are stronger, they are faster. It is very useful. Hang on. There we go. Why was there 11 berries? These plants are supposed to only have 10. Why were there 11? I'm so confused. Oma! Louie. Oma! Louie. Oma! Louie. Yep, we're just waiting for this wall to be torn down with all 95 Pikmin we can have at the current moment. That does mean that there are 5 Pikmin in this area that aren't part of our squad, but we literally cannot get them while we are here right now. We can only get them once we return to this area later. This is a cloaking Burrownit. And right there, I doubt you can see it. It is dead. That's a creeping chrysanthemum. They can be dangerous, kind of. Mostly just in a group. Hey look, it's a thing we can't tear down. Maybe we'll be able to tear it down in the future, who knows? And it's a cave. And how does the ship not know about flame-resistant Pikmin? Anyway, the Hole of Beasts. We can get through a sub-level or two. I don't want even one Pikmin. I just want to explore a little. See what we've got here. And it's gonna be sheer grubs. I kind of figured as much. In the first game, you aren't supposed to swarm sheer grubs because they are guaranteed to kill a Pikmin if you do. In this game, swarming them is fine. I think that should be it. Oh, hey, more enemies. Treasure? I wonder if it's a D-pad. It almost looks like a D-pad. Okay, and that's the last treasure on the floor. The sound of the non-existent treasure gauge tells you that. Let's just get the last body, then we can move on to the next floor. That one Poco is absolutely worth it to me. Also, your Pikmin don't have to be in your squad when you continue. No matter where they are on the floor, they'll just automatically join your squad. Even if they have to cross or exist within terrain that would have killed them otherwise, they'll still be there. There's an egg. Nectar is nice. I thought this would be the floor with these. Okay. I would like just my reds, please. I love how my whole goal was to get the 2 red leaves, and the second one just kind of didn't, even though I put in the effort to make him. Or you could pluck. That would probably help. Instead of throwing half your squad nowhere. Anyway, I know I created some nectar over here. I'm hoping I can get all of these new purples in there. To the point where, like, let's just delete a lot of the issues I would have there. Let's have just my 20 purples. And the 11 of them that aren't flowers. Cool. All of my purples are flowers. All of my reds are flowers. Well, all the reds I have right now, anyway. There are, of course, reds in the onion that were born in the onion that don't have flowers. Is there really nothing else on this floor? It's just the violet candy pop buds and that's it? Really? I would have expected at least like one treasure or something. Okay, I literally don't see anything else, and if I don't see it, there's nothing there, currently. That'll be different later, but we don't have the Pikmin that would make that happen, so they're not going to throw something at you in a cave that you can't get unless within that cave is what you need to get it. Okay, I see a lot of fire, and any Pikmin can take out a fire geyser, but you gotta time it, and I don't want to put in the effort when I have reds right freaking here. Get that. There's a lot of fire here. Who would have guessed? Here's a floppy disk. But this floppy disk actually has some Nintendo history attached to it. It's not just any floppy disk. It's a floppy disk for the Nintendo Famicom, where in the Famicom you could get games on a floppy disk, and if you were done playing the game and wouldn't be able to play it anymore, you'd be able to take it somewhere, erase the current game, and put a new game on it for a fraction of the cost. It was probably a godsend for a lot of people in Japan, but we never got anything like that. Cosmic Archive. Makes sense. Anyway, Olimar, let us continue down this cave. This cave's going by pretty fast. At this point, I'll probably just end this video when we finish this cave. I think that would be fair. Obviously, this isn't going to be split up by days because there would be a lot of really long videos. Because you can do a lot in one day in this game because of time standing still in caves. So this series is probably going to be split more based on time than on days or anything like that. 20 purples against the Bulbor. Killed it before I was even done throwing purples. And it looks like we've got a lot of fire to deal with. Oh, my tights! It makes Pikmin go crazy, but if you throw yellows, you can kill them and each one drops a thing of nectar. You can also carry back the bodies for one Pikmin, or for one Poco each. Had I known my tights were gonna come out of there, I would have just brought purples from the beginning. But still not a huge deal. Honestly, I should just have the purples carrying back these things. While Olimar takes out the fire geysers and does some more exploration. Hey, look, an egg. Not really necessary anymore. And eggs are typically where you'll find my tights. They just kind of decided to pop out of the ground. I think, well, obviously it can happen. I'd never actually seen it happen before. I'd only ever seen them pop out of eggs before. So that was really interesting. Yeah, eggs. Typically in an egg, you'll find 1 or 2 nectars. Sometimes you can find ultra bitter and ultra spicy sprays. And then sometimes you can find my tights. You need at least 100 purples by the end of the game, so there's a good chance I'll be utilizing every purple flower I see, at least until I have 100 purples. Luckily, there's plenty of nectar on this floor to flower up these guys, so there's no worry whatsoever about that. And hey look, it's a Hanafuda playing card! One thing a lot of people probably don't know about Nintendo, just a random fact I have and have had for a long time, is, Nintendo, as a company, started in the 1800s. I believe it was the early 1800s, actually. They've been around for, like, 200 years. What they did before making video games was they made Hanafuda trading cards. Hanafuda was a trading card game back in Japan, and Nintendo was a small company that made cards for that game. Around the time video games were becoming popular is when Nintendo got a new CEO. This is Nintendo of Japan, because that was all that existed of Nintendo at the time. And he decided they needed to branch off into the video game market. He was also the type of CEO that pretty much fired 90% of the staff and hired a bunch of new people, basically completely reorganizing the entire organization. I know his last name was Yamauchi. I do not remember his first name. I want to say it's Hiroshi? Hiroshi Yamauchi? That sounds right. But I might be wrong. You may notice this looks like a giant enemy was crushed. And it was probably crushed by this thing. This is Empress Bulblax. You remember Emperor Bulblax in the first game? This is his wife. She currently is not that big of a deal. She exists, and then as you throw Pikmin at her, she'll eventually shake them off and roll around trying to crush them. When she throws Pikmin off doing that move, it will throw them to the sides so that she can crush them. So it's in your best interest to call Pikmin off as she starts to freak out. Like I've been. Because you don't want your Pikmin, especially your precious purples, to be thrown and crushed. Because the reason you have to go to this cave right now is because the only way to progress outside of here is by flattening a bag that requires the weight of 200 Pikmin. The only way to get that many is by going through this cave. So if you lose 5 of the 15 you can make, or if you lose 6 of the, well, if you lose enough of the Pikmin you can make in this cave, you'll be kind of screwed until you go back to this cave to make more. But yeah, that was not hard at all. She's dead. That was easy. So she leaves behind a body. Boss bodies are typically worth about 10 to 15 Pokos. So there are a lot of people who, even the ones who don't carry the bodies back, will still carry boss bodies. I take it upon myself to carry back every enemy body. Period. Anyway, this is a love tester, which is a piece of hardware that Nintendo made at one point. It's obviously something that already existed, but this is specifically a Nintendo-branded one. I think. I know Nintendo made these at some point, so this has to be one that's specifically something that they made. What it does in this game is it's a treasure gauge. So now you can track treasure, so you're not left in the dark as to whether or not there are any treasure left in the area, and so you can find ones, especially treasure that might not be visible, because we'll be meeting Pikmin who can deal with that in the next episode. There's a lot of... I know a lot about Nintendo history, and I'm going to tell you guys a fun story about Nintendo history later on, the next time I have nothing to talk about. Cave complete means that we got all the treasures, which is good. There have been times, even with the treasure gauge, that I just kind of miss that we didn't get fully complete the cave, and I have to go back in later. I've been getting better about that, but I hate it when I make that mistake because it's so stupid. The first 2 caves, you can make that mistake, so you need to keep track of it. But all of the others, you really shouldn't be making a mistake like that unless you go out of your way to avoid it. But yeah, now that we're done in that cave, that'll be the end of this episode. And in the next episode, we're going to continue forward over here, because that's the bag, that little discolored spot right there. And there'll be a purpose behind going over there, I promise. So anyway, I will see you guys then. Goodbye.